What's going on, guys? Jim here for Clockwork Industries. Welcome back to another Clockwork gaming video for Diablo Immortal. So, today's the day. Blood Knight is here. I'm going to be class changing from Crusader to Blood Knight, but I realized that I don't even know if I got a build video up for the Crusader, so I'm going to go over my PvP spec that I've been using. It's because I came from Monk, it's a more of a kind of like a hybrid between damage and support. The reason being is I already had a lot of armor and armor pen. And it's very effective for tanking on the idle. Rarely am I going to follow someone around and be their little pocket bubble. I found to be the most effective standing on the objective and buffing everybody who's at the objective with this build. I can still get kills out. I can punch above my weight pretty good. And it's pretty effective. So I've been running 2-set Shalboss with 4-set Urge. So every time I put up a banner, I get the Urge buff. Every time I put up banner or my Conjuration of Light, I get the Urge buff from that. I still also am running all the gems I was running before: Bloodsoaked Jade, Gloom Cask, Seeping Bile, Bottled Hope, Chip. Here's a Blessing. Right now I have adding to the 2 new pieces of gear. I never broke my hollers down for the Gloomcast, so I still have my hollers. I put that in, and I have a Kier Sling. I'm going to be dropping the Kier Sling for the new gem that just launched with the Blood Knight, and I'm also going to be class changing to Blood Knight. We're going to do that on stream here after this video. I'll have a link down in the description for the Twitch stream if you want to come hang out and check out the Blood Knight. So the main skills I'm using are Arrow Keeper for the helm, so my banner goes with me. We have the Vortex for Condemn. We have the increased duration of Conjuration of Light. We have the Condemn radius increase, makes it larger. We have Spinning Shield that goes out. Right here is the new slot for the new piece of gear, the Observer. This increases the damage of your Punish because you want to use Punish in PvP, at least in my opinion, because of the block chance that's added to it. Sacred Fire Prop maybe could do more damage. It does have better modifiers as of right now, but that block chance is critical, at least in my opinion. It really, especially if you have block stacked like me, I have block added to all of my family bonuses. Every one of them has a 2% block chance, so we're looking at 16% block here. I also run the protector room with the block chance, so I'm my whole thing is stacking blocks. So when your punish is going off, I have a ton of extra block chance. And then I run Spinning Shield. This is my damage output. This is kind of like what I use to for my offensive abilities. This is still a dead slot. Unfortunately, we still have one. Especially now that they added 2 more slots for weapons. Satyrs now have a dead slot still. I mean, there's really, I guess what I was using, and I don't know why it's saved. There is one thing that could synergize with this. I'm actually going to go change this because I don't know why it didn't save that. There is one that makes Spinning Shield stun. I guess that's basically the best thing that you could probably use for that slot. Where is it at here? Spinning Shield hits immobilized enemy. So if someone's already immobilized and they get caught with your Spinning Shield, which is going to be bouncing around between everybody, it will stun them. I don't know why it didn't save with that one, but that's the one I've been using. Oh, you know what? I think I actually just upgraded that piece. That's why that was like that. Condemn unleashes a bright light that blinds all enemies. This is going to proc my Chip of Stone Flesh. This Spinning Shield just does an absurd amount of damage. I can pretty much delete someone's health if I have banner up and I hit them with my shields. Even people with quite a bit of health. Condemn radius, condemn pull, banner movement, increased duration of the bubble. Punish, enemy struck by a punish take 19% increased damage for the next 2 hits, up to 57%, and then the stun. So overall, it's pretty effective. Basically, I'm just standing and tanking on the idle, trying to live as long as I can. I'm pulling enemies in, hitting them with my shields with the banner up. And then when I'm about to die or we have to charge in, I'm throwing on my shield and we're going in there. I found that it's a lot easier and more effective for me, especially if I'm not on comms with the rest of my team, to just be focused on the objective, especially on offense. Get on the idle and drop your shield on whoever's on the idle. Charge in with your banner and condemn, knock people off their axes because the condemn pulls from so far away. Throw out your shields to do some damage, and then drop your conjuration on everybody. It's too difficult unless you're on comms with somebody, and you're going to be not as effective. Like, you might have whales patting you on the back because you got them a little personal bubble, but it's not effective overall. Yeah, you can't just be running around the map chasing somebody. You're never going to know when you need to drop conjuration on them unless you can communicate this, or they're giving you signals. Like, if someone's communicating with you very well, then that might be a little different situation. You could tell, they can say, hey, give me my bubble, and then they can go in. But if you got monks dashing around, how are you going to know when a monk is going to take off and dash into the middle of the pack? I mean, you can kind of guess, maybe time it out, but your shield's going to be most effective popping it on the objective. And at least that's what I found while playing this for the last 3 months. So if you want my bubble, you better be on the objective doing your job. I'm not going to follow you around the map. And yeah, so that's the breakdown. I mean, it's been pretty solid. I actually had a lot of fun doing PvP in this build. The survivability, it's a lot of fun to be able to get into the mix and actually be fighting with your shield up, unlike the monk, where it's totally opposite. You get in, do a little bit of damage, drop some maybe CC, and get out as fast as you can. So it allowed me, being a lower res player compared to what is in those battlegrounds, the meme grounds, it allowed me to have some survivability in there. Now my secondary stats are pretty decent too, so like that helps me out in the long run, especially with the resonance nerf. When I switched gears, I focused heavy on my secondary stats, trying to get most of these gems up to rank 7. I've recently, we just got new Inferno gear, so all my greens are all over the place. I've also haven't had a ton of time to farm them out because I've been playing a lot of D4 as well. So I do like the actual new system because it allows you to get geared up pretty quick, and at least get a baseline of the items you need and have your combat rating, so you can do all the PvE stuff, and then you can over time farm out the gear with the better attributes on them. But yeah, that's just a general breakdown of the build I've been using for PvP. I've used this the entire time as Crusader pretty much. When we didn't have the Observer, I just had a dead slot there, unfortunately. I basically, these top 3 are what I was using. Pouncing Shield, Talmud, which is dead there, and then Windblessed Pauldrons, Permanent Reproach, Iron Sirzan, and Arrow Keeper. But my Paragon is all the same as it was before. Even on the monk, I just kept it going. I do use Gladiator in there. And the way I'm doing it right now is I'm adding to Apothecary to get the armor and life. I already got the damage. And then over here in Weaver, I'm going for armor and the damage here. Or, I'm sorry, in Apothecary, I'm going for armor and then life. And then in Weaver, I'm going for armor and then damage. And then I'll probably go for this armor pen next, and just work my way through it like that. I really like how my Paragon is already laid out, so I'm glad it's going to be the same when I go over here to switch over to Blood Knight. And if you want to check out the Blood Knight, you can come hang out on the Twitch stream. Link's going to be down in the description. I just wanted to make sure I get one Crusader video up. I mean, the timing worked out where I wanted to switch around to different classes because of D4. I'm going to be playing a lot of that game. There's a link down in the description for my D4 channel. It's a new YouTube channel for that. I'm going to be doing builds on the Rogue, and I'm going to be running Rogue in Season 1 as well. So I'm not going to be stopping the D4 gameplay, especially with new seasons coming out, but it's going to taper a little bit differently because the game's only been out a month. Season's coming out. After about a month or so of that, I'll probably shift focus a little bit back more to a DI, but I'm kind of just playing it by ear right now. I'm having a lot of fun playing D4. I'm also having a lot of fun playing this game. The Blood Knight came out at a good time, and yeah, we're about to jump on Twitch and fire up the Blood Knight. So if you guys want to come hang out and check that out, link is down below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support. And if you like the content, you want to see some Blood Knight videos, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be making videos for that as well as I'm getting gear, and maybe I'll put some stream clips up too. And definitely have some build videos as I get the essences and set bonuses and all that kind of stuff too, because I'm probably going to hang out with the Blood Knight for quite a while. Especially if it's as fun as it was for the monk. I'll probably hang with the Blood Knight for maybe the rest of this year and really get to know the class and put builds together and stuff like that. It'll make it easier for me so I don't have to switch classes and farm essences over and over again. I can actually kind of focus in on the one character and do as much as I can for it, like I did with the monk, where I had multiple build videos over the release of new essences and stuff like that. That's the game plan, at least for right now. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support, and I will see you over on Twitch. Take it easy.